if I could please have the privilege and the honor to introduce our next speaker. Henry Fleming is an executive partner focused on strategy and growth. So I'd like to turn over to Henry and say thank you and welcome, and please enjoy his presentation.
And thanks to everyone who's pulled themselves out of bed relatively early for some of us today. I know if some of you, like I did, woke up with a slight hangover from staying at the bar a little bit late last night. It goes down a lot better when it's free, doesn't it? I keep reminding myself of that character in that Jodie Foster movie where she either actually got in touch with intelligent alien beings or had a very expensive dream. I don't think we ever know. But there's that Warren Buffett character who's stuck in his airplane, flying around the planet. He has some disease and he can't land. He has to stay at about 30,000 feet. It's me for the last couple of weeks, except I'm not a billionaire. And as I was reminded by at least one flight attendant on the way into Phoenix, it's not my damn airplane. According to a recent AIM survey, I think only 30% of the respondents said that their organizations really understood what enterprise content management means. Enterprise content management includes areas that you're all familiar with: document, workflow, digital assets, digital rights, web content. If we shell back up to the overall information management market, we're in a very parts-oriented environment. Customers purchase components of a stack. It's sort of like the Wild West. The market is growing very fast. The software providers can barely get enough people to develop the product as quickly as they wish. And that's the beginning of these markets. The same thing happened with ERP some time ago. But at some point, what is a nice period for us and a challenging period for our clients, that period will end. And it's probably in the 12 to 24 month time frame where we and the providers begin to catch up on capacity a bit, and the market becomes a little bit more competitive, and customers are demanding more cohesive solutions. And that's a slightly different environment than we see today, though obviously we're beginning to see more horizontal solutions coming forth, and by that I mean solutions that are dedicated to supply chain or finance, human resources, et cetera. The day after that, we'll be in an environment that's calling for the most efficient solutions. So that's efficient in terms of the software price, but also efficient in terms of labor. So it becomes a market very much about total cost of ownership. And clients begin to want the software piece, but everybody has a very similar offering. They want the services piece, but everyone has a fairly similar offering. And so it begins to get sorted by price. And that will happen for the space that we're thinking of as enterprise content management. Three things that really characterize ECM to me these days. One is rapid growth. The second is rapid consolidation. And the third is rapid integration. In terms of growth, cumulative growth rates of about 10% a year. By 2010, Gartner predicts that over 60% of desktops will have ECM deployed to them. 82% view it as a core element of their IT infrastructure. 72% believe their ECM deployment either met or exceeded the ROI that they have on the business case. That's really an incredible statistic. 91% of end users believe the business benefits of ECM are clear, though as I mentioned before, only 30-ish% believe their organizations really understand what ECM means and could mean for the organization. 77% believe that it's much more important today than it was 2 years ago. Consolidation. Like most of the software genres in the IM space, it is a relatively new market and almost by definition, a relatively fragmented market. So you begin with a lot of players and then over time they begin to coagulate. So certainly we've seen this happen early on. EMC took on Documentum, followed by IBM and FileNet. OpenText, of course, has adopted Hummingbird, and recently Oracle has announced its intentions around Stellent. So we certainly see that happening in this space. And that's not unusual, but what is unusual is that this entire life cycle has occurred over this relatively short period.